Hi everyone, welcome to today's cluster API release team meeting. Today is 18th of October, 2023. As usual, we'll follow the same agenda, and if you have anything to discuss, please add it to agenda. Also add your names to the attendees list. Please be mindful that we'll follow the Kubernetes CNCF code of conduct that boils down to being respectful and kind to each other. Another note is this meeting is recorded and later will be uploaded to YouTube channel. Without further ado, I'll jump to the discussion topics. What I wanted to discuss today is improvement issues, tracking issue, and go through it. We are a week away from first beta release of this cycle, which means we have around a month or a bit more until the minor release out. So I just want to make sure that we don't have any blockers on this sub items of this tracking issue, or if we have any outstanding issues without anyone working, we could probably redistribute. So basically, go through it and see what's the situation with each item, if that works for everyone. All right. Do you want to talk about the flake first?
Yeah, either works for good.
Sure. Just go ahead. Then we can go through the issue after that.
Okay. So we've been having a back and forth discussion on this flake. The flake basically is that it spins up a cluster class topology, self-hosted cluster, and we try to migrate it. And we have been seeing this flake whenever the migrated cluster tries to come back to the bootstrap cluster. And so, according to debug that test flake, we added some dumping logs and node status before we clean up the whole of the cluster. And I think, I couldn't figure out. I think a lot of other folks are also looking into it. Killian, I think, has got a PR which says it's going to retry node deletion when the cluster cache tracker is logged. And I'm hoping that would probably bring down the flake on main VC right now. But I don't really have anything else unless CI is blowing up today. I didn't have a chance to take a look.
Thank you. Yeah, this is important because next week we have to cut the new release. And this is on main or on release branches as well.
This is on main, also on the release branches. And just to clarify, I know that I've mentioned cluster class way too many times. This might not be related to the cluster class feature which we added. This was, as Killian mentioned once in our thing, he said that this bug was present on main since long. It's just that having a cluster class test made it visible even more, but this may not be related to cluster class at all.
Yeah, I think I have to take a look at this. I remember we had a joint call with you and Killian and some other folks. I thought the logging would help, at least to debug what was the root cause, because pivoting was not working, I think, as we were checking. And yeah, after that, I didn't have time to look into it, so I'll take a proper look after this call. And thanks for bringing this up. It's important. Does anyone have any questions or suggestions, maybe, or anything related to this issue? Right. If not, thank you, Namas. Let's move on to the next item, the tracking issue. So we have 16 out of 36 as is now, and just wanted to go through one by one. Just you can give update how it is going, and we can discuss further what we can do. Probably I'll just start from the top to the down. The first one is on Killian. I think I'll probably reach out to him separately, so I'll skip that. This is on Adil. How this is going, Adil? Is there any blocker with that?
No, there is no blocker. I need some more reviews. Christian has reviewed it. I have addressed all these comments. I maybe Fabrizio or Killian, maybe they can review it.
All right, so it basically needs review. I'll just
review, yeah.
Yeah.
I can tag them here. Maybe CC them in the PR, so they can review it.
Yeah, I'll also collect them and make sure I will have reviews. Thank you. This is good then. Next one, Namaz. Clearly define the CI team scope.
Yeah, I have a local draft of the scope. I still need to run it through Cecile and Killian once because there has been some confusion on what sort of bugs CI teams triages and to what extent we solve it. So I need to get some idea on. But that reminds me, I should also probably run it with all of you. So probably the next sync, I'll bring it up. I'll clean it up a little bit and bring it up.
Yeah, recently we had also another issue about the bug triage. And what I got from the maintainers is it's not the responsibility of the CI team to triage all the issues or PRs coming towards the repo, but it's good to have if anyone from the team can do that, but it's not a responsibility. Because we were thinking of introducing a bug triage team to this release team, but I think that's not going to happen, at least for this release, because I had personally some suggestions or ideas why we shouldn't do it, at least, and I think we agreed at the end that we will not have it, and that's not the responsibility of the CI team to triage at all the issues or PRs. But if anyone wants to do it, it's a big help for maintainers. But I didn't get what you have to do or to do a dry run with other maintainers. Is it like you want to extend the scope of the responsibilities and you have to discuss it first?
I just want to clear it out because for the bug which I've been seeing on the main, I think a lot of CI teams' time and resources went into drilling it down, which is not bad. I don't think it's bad, but then I think the scope over there is a little murky, where who takes the complete ownership of drilling down the flake? Only I think I need to get clarity on those lines.
All right, got it. Thanks. And then we'll wait for the PR once you figure it out. Thanks. Next one is also on you. The Netlify access model.
I didn't get a chance to look into the Netlify access model at all, but I think this is a good reminder. I'll start looking into it.
Right. Do you want to redistribute it to someone from the CI team if they're willing to, or if it's too much, just let me know. I can reassign you, or just let me know if it's like too much on your plate.
This could be a good. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking this could also be a good opportunity for me to pair with one of the CI team members. So, if not the CI team members, if anyone else who is interested in working with me, we can have a pairing sessions on looking into the Netlify model.
Sure. I can do it. So let me put my name there directly. We can go through it probably together so that we don't forget. And that's it. Okay, thanks. I'll save it. Okay. And next one, where is it? SBOM of all cluster API components. It's Anurag. Is he in the call? Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I am. I forgot.
Hey.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, so this, like, I had some problems regarding jobs because this needs to run on, say, community clusters or the GCE one provided by Google. So in theory wise, it sounds simple that you need to invoke a command like bomb generate -- image. You pass the image we are building to the v1.6 bomb tool, and then it gives you a SBOM in say SPDX or CycloneDX format. But the syntax of Pro is a little bit confusing to me. So maybe I can ask Nawaz for a session, and then I can get it sorted. But theoretically, like in GitHub Actions, it's pretty clear. But coming to the Pro thing, it's a bit confusion-wise for me.
Question from me. If you want to run it first, did we already clarify that or agreed that it would be GitHub action running on the repo? And how frequently it will be running? Is it like we run it nightly or we run it when we do a release? Because I was also involved at the beginning in the previous cycle with this. As far as I know, we should generate the SBOM as an artifact with the release nodes. That's what I think Kubernetes also does. And I think we could do it as a GitHub action or add it to the GitHub action. And what is the problem with Prow here? Like that part I'm not getting fully. Sorry.
Yeah, so the problem mainly is that if you look at implementation-wise, then on GitHub Actions, you have a lot of examples. But in this case, you only have example of Kubernetes project doing this. And they do have some tool called Krail, which does the thing under the hood, right? And I have not looked into that. It's not like they are not using the CLI directly. They are using it as a library, right? Which I need to look into. But I was mostly thinking of using it as a CLI tool and running it as a script.
Yeah, sure. I'll also try to look into it and probably reach out to, I don't know, maybe check out how Upstream is doing this, because this tool is used by them and should be pretty comprehensive, I believe, and we can use it if there are no objections. All right. Is there any questions, or does someone have idea or used before Carol? That's fine. And let's move on. Thanks, Anurag. The last one is
One last question from my end. Like, will we be using? Are you sure that we will be using Krail instead of using bomb directly?
that has to be discussed and agreed, I think, because from the last discussions, I thought everyone was going in a direction that whatever we take into Cluster API, all the providers would be using the same tool, or at least they could use it. Not a requirement, of course. That's why there was an issue in AWS. They're also looking into that. And we could align or have one tool that we could use in Cluster API and all the providers. But yeah, well, I think it's not decided if it's a Carol or other tool.
Yes, sure, that helps. Thank you.
No worries. Thanks. Okay, is Sumit on the call? I'm not sure. He may not be. Nawaz, do we have any update on this one? Progress, maybe, if you know.
No, I haven't heard Sunat bring this up, so I can check with him.
He's on vacation still.
Yeah.
He didn't come back.
I think.
All right. We can skip through it. Oh, that's fine. Okay, going to comms team. Lots of high priority things are done, as I see. Announcement templates. We have 10 minutes, so I'll just be a bit quicker. I was going with this. Really? In the call? Yeah.
Yeah. I think there was a little bit of back and forth about whether we should like include this in the main branch, but I think there's still a little bit of discussion to have about whether it should be like a separate command or should we even merge this. So it's kind of just been like waiting for more feedback. In the meantime, I've just been like generating release notes by like adding the file temporarily. So
yeah. I think Guillermo is also on the call. So do you want to add something, Guillermo?
Yeah. Who do we think needs to give their opinion before we move on? I gave mine, Killian gave his. Who else do we need here? And I can go track them down so we can, one way or the other, get this done.
I think it's mainly comms team, I would believe. So otherwise, because Killian is already saying that whatever we as a team decide, he's fine with that. So I personally thought that we could move on, like go ahead with merging these and create separate issues for improvement and come back to it separately. But I'll leave to decide to the comms team lead and shadows what we can do here. I'm not sure who was first, William, Nawaz. I see your hands up. Nawaz, maybe?
Yeah, I can go. So the last release cycle, we had some thought about this. We were debating if having that weekly updates was really useful or not. But then later we decided, I think that was the point even this cycle. Then we decided, let's have it run for this release cycle and let's see if the community really wants it. So I think it's about right time. We float the idea to the community asking if this is actually making a difference. Maybe give them a week or 2 weeks of time to get a vote on this, to continue this or not, if you're looking for an opinion on how impactful this script has been. But yeah, I think that's all I had in my mind.
Thank you. Willie?
yeah, I think I'm +1 for whatever Guillermo said. Just I'll split it into 2 files so it's less confusing, and create some new issues to improve it in the future. So I can go ahead and just work on that, just because it's been sitting for a bit. So yeah.
Cool. Let's do it.
Right.
Ship it.
Sorry.
No. I wasn't saying anything. I was just saying just ship it. I'm good with that. Let's do it.
I think he wants to go back to like separate command. I think as you're here, right? Really suggesting.
Yeah, I can. I'll change it back to separate command.
Sure. All right. Cool. Thanks, folks. Then after that we can move ahead with this. Next one, improve and clarify release notes tool usage. I think we discussed this already. I think it should be clear, right, Stephen?
Yeah, I'm good on this one now. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you. And then there are some other tasks that are without any owners. So anyone is up to take them in this call. Otherwise, we can just wait for the volunteers later. But if you want to take it now, I can just directly assign you. And if you have any questions related to this, you can reach out to probably Guillermo or myself. Yeah, Guillermo, please go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify something. The task assigned to really create announcement templates to help specify the columns needed and have pre-established blah 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 blah. It seems to me, if I'm understanding this correctly, that merging this tool is just one of the things that we need to do here, because this tool allows to generate the notes for the weekly update, but the task itself was about creating templates for all the announcements that the comms team has, which I believe those templates exist. We just don't have them published somewhere. So I think the part of this task that is missing once we make this is just to add it to our docs somewhere, saying like, hey, for weekly release, use this tool. For email, use this template, and anything else that we need to communicate, those sort of templates that we need.
Yeah, you're back to this issue, right? Where do we have those templates? Like, is it like you're using as a internally in the comms team and not pushed, right? Because I didn't see them anywhere.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Willie has been taking care, and thanks to him, been taking care of most of these communications. So I think he either has them or we can come up with them based on what he has been doing. I'll let him speak though.
Yeah, sorry. I have the templates from the previous release team, thanks to Nawaz. So that is my bad. I haven't uploaded them yet. So I'm gonna create a PR like ASAP to kind of add it to the docs. So apologies for the delay on that.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks. That's good. I think I a bit misunderstood the task itself, probably. Although it says the announcement templates. Yeah, let's push them and get them merged. That should be straightforward, I believe, compared to what we have right now, like this separate PR that's taking a bit of time. Okay, cool. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna add the second thing that I wanted to add is that we have that task, which we don't have an issue for, but we have it assigned to Nicola. It's like two or three entries below the last one that we talk about. I'm talking about considering adding expandable auto-generates notes for data and RC. I can reach out to him and see if he has made any progress. But he hasn't really been reaching out to us or interacting with the rest of the release team. So I'm assuming that he's probably busy with other stuff. I'll let you know, Farkad, about after talking to him, but I'm assuming that we just can unassign this one and just leave it for the next release cycle.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks, Guillermo. I think we are on time, folks. We can probably discuss the remaining stuff in the next call, or I'll reach out offline to all of you. Thanks everyone for joining, and see you in a minute.